You are welcome to the Satellite, the place where we bring useful information to various perception to enable better understanding and facilitate truth we liberate. This is the first video of our channel, and I'll talk briefly about 5 things that will help you to understand how this channel is very worth and can transform life, how this channel may be like an angel to you. Therefore, I'll be talking about our scope, the things we value, the problem that we solve generally and specifically, our mission or our mandate, and the meaning behind our name's channel. We name our channel Satellite. This name is composed of 2 words, sight and light. Sight is the ability of the eye to see, or it may be the area or the distance in which it can be viewed. Light, on the other hand, are just illuminations. These are natural agents that stimulate the eye receptor to enable the fact of seeing. Sight is dependable to the light. This is why in darkness there is no sight. In dim light there is poor sight, while too much light may be harmful. Sight being the function of an eye, we will be dealing with the function of mind. So intellectually, sight may also mean perception. Perception is the ability of the mind to perceive things. Light, on the other hand, intellectually may mean the useful information or idea. So useful information and perception are also dependable, because for anybody to perceive things, he needs some kind of information to create picture on the mind. The Hebrew language help to understand this, because in Hebrew, the same word is used to mean light and knowledge, and the same word also is used to mean darkness and ignorance. Perception is inevitable, because when we are born with mental qualities and normal human health being introduced to life, we are at some point of life form values of life, we form our beliefs, and finally we have the perception of life. Now the problem with perception does not end up when we have the wrong perception, but when we have the wrong perception, we become limited to that perception, we become bounded, and we may be oppressed by that perception. When you read Matthew chapter 6 verse 22, the reading goes, "The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?" If therefore the light be our intention or perception, this therefore affect everything that we'll be doing. This is why we need truth. Jesus Christ said this in John chapter 8 verse 32, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." And this is our mission. Our mandate is to liberate. And we are happy that we are not so far from the mandate of Jesus Christ while he was in this world, because most scholars and theologians have come into agreement that Luke chapter 4 verse 18 as the mission statement of Jesus Christ while he was in this world. And here the reading goes, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach good news to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach the deliverance to the captive, and recovering the sight of the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord." Now, when we read this sentence between lines, we will find that Jesus didn't give maybe money or wealth to the poor, but to preach good news to them. He didn't maybe force prisoners to come out of prison, but just to open doors for them. And this sounded much as liberation. Therefore, seeing that we have this ministry of manifesting truth in the sight of God, we are Satellite. Our gospel is not hid to the saved ones. As 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 6 says, "For the God who commanded the light to shine out of darkness has shined in our heart to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellence of the power may be of God and not of us." So the problem that we are solving generally is darkness or ignorance, which lead oppression of many people. But specifically, we are solving the problem of legalism. Legalism is the excessive adherence to the law or moral code or conduct to the extent that it limited the free choices we are created to present ourselves. When we understand or misunderstand the law, we malfunction. So legalism is a deadly problem that we are solving, and there is a video for that. Listen what Jesus said to scribes and Pharisees when you read Matthew chapter 23 verse 13. Here the reading goes, "But all unto you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For you neither go in yourself, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in." So more than 99% of people who claim to search for God are affected by this problem of legalism. So we as Satellite, we have 4 values that we value the most, and number 1 is readiness. Jesus also valued this value. This is why he preached in parables most of the time, so that people may remember those stories, and when they are ready to take the lesson out of them, they may be liberated. Most people today are not ready. They are busy. They have different priorities. The value number 2 is open-mindedness, and this is the key to be liberated. Most people limit themselves. They have their speed governor to their mind. They have their box which they think in within. I want to encourage them. As Proverbs 3 chapter 5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not into thy own understanding." This led me to value number 3, and which is confidence. God himself trusts in your abilities that you are able to make decisions for yourself and choose to believe in him. But most people don't trust themselves. They don't have confidence. While we should not lean in our own understanding, but trusting God with all our heart, we need to learn to stand for ourselves, and this is confidence. And the 4th value we value is courage or faith. Revelation chapter 21 verse 8 says, But the fearful and unbelieving shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone." Our faith should not build upon our emotions, that we should wait to feel whether we should trust or believe in God, because emotion changes. When the storm comes, the whole building of our faith will collapse. Our faith should be built on the character of God, so it doesn't matter whether we feel it or not. We should learn to trust unseen and make a certain of things which are hoped for. It is also logical, because we as human, we have limited capabilities and we are finite. So to connect with infinity powers, we need faith. There is all reason to believe and have faith, especially in God. Learning to liberation is not soft. This is why I hear somebody say, "Till you are confused, you haven't understand yet." This is because when the new information comes to your mind and meet it with the preconceived idea that you have been having, we need to reconcile them and have peace, which leads to freedom. Therefore, we as Satellite, our scope of liberation is especially into 2 areas: the truth about the gospel and the personal development, in which will be manifesting self-awareness and a proper identity. Many controversial issues will be discussed in new perception, which will help you to see things as they are. Every video will be of new discoveries of the same word of God. Precaution: this video is not for people who don't want to be liberal, but for people who want to be free as possible. This is why we challenge you. Are you ready? Are you courageous enough? Do you really have what it takes to be liberal? You're welcome back to the Satellite.